This is Dry Tortugas, an island located 70 miles off of the coast of Key West that is only accessible by a boat or a seaplane, making it so most people never get to see it in their entire life. And today, we're doing whatever it takes to get there. I hope you guys like my Buc-ee's apparel. Anyways, we have 3 main goals on this adventure. Visit Mile Zero, the furthest south point of the United States, at least the continental part of it. Do a sunrise run. This is one of my personal things I want to do because I love Florida and I also love sunrises. And lastly, go to Dry Tortugas National Park, the most remote national park in all of the United States, of course. I mean, that's basically the whole premise of this video. But before we complete any of those goals, we have to get there first. Meaning, we have flights to catch, and our first one is actually going from Canton to Charlotte. We made it to Charlotte. That flight was actually so unbelievably short. It was under an hour. Anyways, we have one more flight to catch that departs in roughly an hour, hour and a half. So I decided to walk around and explore Charlotte Airport, and it was time for a flight, and look how fast we are moving on the map. We've officially made it to Florida and the Airbnb as well. Here's a quick tour. This is the bedroom I'm staying in. This is the kitchen and the dining room as well. The living room is absolutely sick. There's a washer and dryer here. Here's the bathroom. And then here's this really cool balcony thing, as well as the backyard. It's just paradise. There's a pool and everything, as well as this cool dock that's overlooking this little harbor area. Here's the plan. Tonight, we're not completing any of our goals, but we're gonna go to the grocery store and then we're gonna figure something out for dinner, and that's it. Publix alert. We got everything we needed and then saw wild roosters, which was a bonus. Afterwards, we went to this really cool restaurant that had live music playing and a really good steak. Like, it was really yummy, and after that, we watched the final stretch of the sunset and decided to call it a night. Good morning, guys. I decided to wake up a little bit early this morning and do a short run, and now it's time to go over our day plan. As you already know, we have 3 main goals, and one of those is visiting the southernmost point of the continental United States. And that goal is actually broken up into 3 smaller side quests. First of all, find wild chicken. That would be actually really cool. Number 2, get a cool souvenir. Lastly, enjoy the sunset in Mallory Square. Well, everyone, it's now time to go to Key West. On the way there, we saw Fred the tree and this really cool bridge. It was actually beautiful, and we moved really fast. Made it to Key West, and quite literally the first thing I see is this. A wild chicken roaming the parking lot, dude. Look at it. We already found a wild chicken much quicker than I thought I was going to, and they're literally all over the place, actually, like everywhere. I even got a selfie with one. It was fun seeing the wild chickens, but now it is time for some dinner. I enjoyed myself a burger and fries with a side of amazing live music, which I may or may not have enjoyed a little bit too much because now we aren't completing one of our side quests, aka getting a souvenir, and we also aren't seeing the Mile Zero buoy tonight. However, we are still seeing the sunset, and then we're going to call it a night after that because we're going to Dry Tortugas tomorrow. So let's just enjoy the sunset, and we'll come back another day and complete those. During the sunset, a lot was going on, including shows like this guy who caught knives and stuff, and live music. At the end of the sunset, we really just took it in. It was absolutely beautiful. Good morning. It's time for the Dry Tortugas plan. When we're at Dry Tortugas, we really have 2 main things we want to do. 1, explore Fort Jefferson, which is this historical fort. It's really cool, actually. And then number 2, we want to snorkel in the moat and the reefs, one or the other, something like that. And maybe even see sea turtles, because that is actually where the national park got its name. Anyways, we have a boat to catch, so let's go. We're on the road, and look who finally decided to join us. The sun is awake now. And look at that boat. This is what we rode on. It was a very long boat ride, actually. We've made it, and I am in absolute awe right now. First of all, it is so crazy that there's just a random fort in the middle of the ocean, 70 miles away from everything else. And second of all, it is so crazy that I'm even here right now because apparently less than 1% of people even get to see this in their entire life. So I'm so blessed that I am able to be here right now. Anyways, let's get to exploring the fort. You're immediately greeted by this cool moat and cool entranceway. When you go into the courtyard, it's crazy. There's a lighthouse and everything. When you go in the actual fort, there's a bunch of openings where you can actually see the boat we rode on. Then the arches actually do not end. There's where you used to put the cannons, and this is where you used to store the gunpowder. I mean, look at this thing, actually. It's kind of crazy. So we're taking a short break out of the fort just to get out of the sun and into the water for a little bit. So I'm going to do a little bit of snorkeling. In the water, it was beautiful. There was all kinds of coral reefs, and I even found Dory at one point. At least I thought, like, see that? That's Dory from Finding Nemo, and there's me. but it was so cool. I got a new hat, guys. Anyways, I had a whole lot of fun while snorkeling, but now it is time to explore the rest of the fortress, which is the middle floor and the top floor, where like the cannons and all the cool views are and stuff. So we're gonna do that, and that'll put an end to our time at Dry Tortugas, roughly. The middle and top floors did not disappoint. The views from here were insane. The amount of arches literally was never ending. It's like you could get trapped here with how many there are. It just doesn't end. And the moat, the view of the moat was absolutely amazing. And when you go to the top floor, you can get a view of the entire courtyard, which was crazy, and you get to see a cannon, which was even crazier. But now it was time for us to reboard the boat. I think it's pretty safe to say that Dry Tortugas was insane. I mean, seriously, we took a boat 70 miles into the middle of the ocean to a fortress that less than 1% of the global population ever gets to see. Scubaed in a coral reef. Saw water the color of blue Gatorade. Now, did I get sunburnt while I was there? I mean, now, was it worth it? 100% yes. I mean, we saw the most remote national park in all of America, and we completed our 2 main quests while we were there. So now it's time for dinner. Basically, we got Papa John's and went to sleep. Good morning. I'm gonna get a short run in before we begin our day. I'm following a chicken right now. What the heck? If this is the end of the sunrise, I can only imagine what it will look like tomorrow.
Play finishing the set. Up next.
Now that that's done, it's time to go over today's plan. First of all, we're gonna enjoy pancakes made by yours truly. Next, we're gonna go play mini golf. And in the afternoon, we're gonna go back to Key West, get a souvenir, and see the Mile Zero buoy. Let's get started, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could say I'm pretty good at making pancakes. I'm borderline a professional chef when it comes to this. They're pretty good, actually, though. Now, instead of going to mini golf, we decided to do an aquarium instead, which I personally think was much cooler. Made it to Key West. Now, let's find that buoy. There it is. Key West is nearly complete. We saw the views, we saw the buoy. I got my photo in front of the buoy, and we saw the views that were at the buoy. Now it's time to go get a souvenir, and we've completed Key West completely. Found Mile Zero of Highway 1. That's so crazy, actually. More or less because I was actually here during the pandemic with my family and my dog. So most of what I've seen on this trip is brand new to me, while some of it is actually throwbacks, which is crazy. After seeing those 2 landmarks, I began the hunt for a souvenir and initially failed. So I decided to take a break at a cafe, but then resumed and even had a chicken join me. But that is when I finally found the place that would actually have the souvenir I've been looking for. I got the souvenir I wanted. It's a very cool t-shirt, actually. I'm very happy with it. But that means I completed the final Key West quest, aka all of the quests and everything besides the sunrise run. So we have one more thing to do, and we're going to end tonight by watching the sunset in Mallory Square, which should be amazing. It really was amazing. So I decided to take a time lapse so that I can enjoy the moment and show you guys the moment that I got to see, because I am so grateful that I get to see this stuff, and this sunset was absolutely spectacular. We officially have just one more goal to complete, the sunrise run, and I am so thankful that you are watching this video. Whether it's one of you or thousands of you, I am thankful that you're watching this video, and more importantly, I hope it gives you a little bit of entertainment. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope it's given you a little bit of peace, because that is really the main reason I do this. It seriously is such a blessing that I get to see these things in the first place, and I'm grateful to share it with you guys. Good morning. It is time to complete our final goal, which I think is our most simple goal, because all it is running 7 miles on the 7-mile bridge during sunrise. Let's get this last goal complete. Got here just as the sun is starting to creep over the horizon. I seriously wonder, is this how chickens feel waking up every single morning? Okay, let's get this run started. It's about time, actually. Let's go. This is why I'm running the 7-mile pedestrian bridge with amazing views of the sunrise. Look at that! Mile 1. And this is absolutely nuts, guys. What the heck? Sunrises are better than sunsets. I mean, look at it, first of all. And second of all, the feeling of getting up before most people, getting up before the sun is even up, and watching it rise is such a great feeling that is nearly unbeatable. Getting to say that you were up before the sun even rose is such a great feeling. Mile 2 is our first turnaround point because the pedestrian bridge is only 2 miles. Mile 3 was extremely easy, and Mile 4 was more of that. But Mile 5, I actually felt like I was gonna die. I hit the wall. And then at 5.5 miles, I hit my final turnaround point and decided Why not just teleport to mile 7? That is so much easier. I hit the wall around mile 5, which sucked, but that doesn't matter because we completed the goal. Which also means we completed all of our goals. Visiting America's most remote national park, setting foot on the southernmost point of the continental United States, and the sunrise run have all been completed. Thank you for watching. Ooh, you made it to the very end of the video. If you made it, go ahead and comment a sunrise emoji. Anyways, there's another video on the screen. If you like this one, you'll definitely like it, and YouTube also thinks you'll like it. See you over there.